Today on HTN Daily, the pandemic led to an increase in pet sales. We sat down with an animal rights group to hear what they have to say. And Troyce Murphy highlights how 2 programs are teaming up to bring their ideas to life. All this and more on this edition of HTN Daily. Good afternoon, Rock Nation. Today's Thursday, January 21st, and oddly enough, it's National Hugging Day. Now, while we can't exactly celebrate this holiday this year, we can certainly still send some love to those who we appreciate. We're going to kick off the show today with some promising news for all you sophomores and juniors following an exciting announcement from the College Board. Beau, what's the College Board up to now?
Thanks, Grant. The SAT's optional essay and subject tests have been nixed by the College Board as the latest step away from standardized testing in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Those registered for the SAT essay will still be able to take the test through June 2021, but it will no longer be offered after that testing day. College Board stated that the reason for the change was to reduce and simplify the demands of the students. Here's what RHHS Administrator Ms. Kelly had to say about the reason why they were discontinued.
They are moving towards digital format. So the College Board did say that that was already in the works pre-pandemic, but the pandemic has obviously pushed that along. So they're moving because too many schools are closing and they didn't have enough proctors and nobody could get their tests taken. And so they are moving towards a digital format. The date for that release is not out yet, but that is what their focus is on right now. And a lot of the colleges have completely permanently waived SAT requirements for our 2021 grads. And then a lot of schools are actually saying permanently no longer SAT will be a requirement because they have found other ways to accept our students who apply. And so they're going with those alternative methods instead of requiring the SAT.
Do you have an idea that you've always wanted to see in a story or a book? Well, the creative writing class wants to publish your stories. All Rock Hill students are invited to share their creativity by helping with Wingspan. To submit either a story or a piece of art, please join the Google Classroom with the code KHG4AGA by February 12th. Requirements are up to 1,000 words and up to 2 submissions per person. All leaders of clubs and organizations check your school email for information from the Blue Hawk Yearbook. If you want your club or organization included in the yearbook, please complete the form sent this morning to your school email from the Rock Hill Media account. The form is due by Wednesday, January 27th. Mr. Galloway was named January's Star Polisher. He teaches world geography and it's his first year as Hope Squad advisor. Student Nicole Bittner said, "Mr. Galloway is a great example of how to treat people. He always shows compassion and kindness towards everyone he comes in contact with. He is always there for his students and gives great advice for any situation." Congratulations to Mr. Galloway. Tonight at 6 p.m., everyone is welcome to join the Facebook Live of the 2021 State of the Community event. To join, go to the Town of Prosper Facebook in order to hear what Mayor Ray Smith and Dr. Ferguson are discussing about the exciting things happening in the town. Attendees are encouraged to submit questions by emailing soc@prospertx.gov. That's all of today's news. Back to you, Grant.
2020 marked a record year for pet sales and in Texas and around the world. While everyone was locked inside, people searched for furry companions. With families spending more time at home, an animal rights group wants to urge Frisco residents to stay away from one establishment. I caught up with the group to learn about their fight. It's something so small that can be such a large decision for any family.
You know, it's hard. You know, the kids went and we all kind of fell in love with the puppy, of course.
After falling in love with the puppy in the window, Susie Seymour and her family purchased a Maltese named Logan from Petland in Frisco, only to bring him home and find out he's severely ill.
We noticed his nose running at the store, and we did bring it to the cells of retention, but she said, allergies. The vet diagnosed him with Giardia and upper respiratory infection.
The diagnosis came from the Family Pet Center, the establishment that Petland customers must use if the puppy is sick per their contract. Senior Adeline Alcala interns there and has seen dozens of sick dogs from Petland come through the doors.
We get sick dogs all the time with like Giardia, like internal parasites, and like it's really bad, like the number of them that come in like sick. And so since we're partnered with them, like it's our goal to try to get them better.
This situation is one that the City of Frisco and animal rights group Texans Exposing Petland are well aware of. In fact, it's a situation they know so well that they spend their time on Saturday afternoons here. As cars pass, the group shares their messaging supporting a ban on the sales of puppies in a retail storefront as they protest in front of the Petland store.
This whole issue has been going on for many years. A retail store needs to sell a lot of dogs and cats to survive.
Rebecca Whitehouse is a lawyer, animal activist, and one of the ones who urged for a ban to be passed last winter in front of the city of Frisco. As a result of several hearings, the city only decided to pass an extensive ordinance.
The ordinance has a number of paperwork, record-keeping kind of requirements for the store. It has, cleanliness and basic standards for the animals. But because we're talking about a systemic situation, it's never going to fix the bigger issue.
These activists believe that the ordinance avoids the root of the problem and only addresses what happens to the dog while they're at Petland, but not where they come from.
The city is terrified of being perceived as unfriendly to business.
So for now, the activists, along with the victims, continue their fight for a localized solution such as a ban, hoping for a piece of legislation like ones passed in Austin, El Paso, and San Antonio.
I hope we can stop it, because I don't want it to happen to anyone else, because it's bad. Bringing a dog home it's not just a dog. I mean, he's part of the family, and it's really emotional, so.
And Petland did not respond to our request for comment, but we did provide them with the opportunity to do so. Texans Exposing Petland is currently gathering new resources to present to the city of Frisco, and Susie and her family opted to surrender the dog to Animal Services with the financial burden. Joe Exotic, it's a name we've all heard by now, and not exactly for any good reason. While locked up in his jail cell in Fort Worth, the Tiger King missed out on an opportunity he was confident he would earn. Anica Hankey has more in today's Rock Hill Report.
In the final days of Trump's presidency, several felons were pardoned. Some names include Kodak Black and Lil Wayne, but one name that was not on the list was Joe Exotic. Joe, who is confident he would be pardoned and is still claiming he is innocent after serving one of his 22-year prison sentence for his role in the murder-for-hire plot targeting his professional rival, Tiger Sanctuary owner Carol Baskin. Joe's legal team was so confident that they got the biggest limo in Dallas to pick up Joe after the pardon. After 12 hours with no word from the White House of Joe's pardon, they were forced to return home, and later the list came out. Out of the 143 names, Joe Exotic was not one of them. More information about Super Bowl 55 is being released as it is coming up early February. Late last year, we found out that The Weeknd will be performing the halftime show, but now we are finding out who is performing the national anthem. Both country singer Eric Church and R&B artist Jasmine Sullivan are teaming up to combine their two unique styles to perform the anthem. What do you think about these two styles joining together? Let us know on Twitter at Rock Hill Media. The chocolate-loving fictional factory worker Willy Wonka will be receiving a prequel. This prequel will detail Willy Wonka's life before he became the chocolate factory owner that we all know. Paddington director Paul King is set to direct the film for Warner. Rumors have started floating around, and while none are confirmed, Tom Holland and Timothée Chalamet might be in the cast for the show. The movie is set to hit the screens in 2023. That's all for today's Rock Hill Report. Stay up to date by following our social media at Rock Hill Media. Back to you, Grant.
Thank you, Anica. I know we are all still waiting on our golden ticket to get out of this pandemic, and I'm certainly looking forward to the new movie. Many teams will be working to bring that movie to the big screens, just like two student groups on campus who are collaborating to bring their animations to life. Troyce Murphy reports.
The ability to participate in activities as a school has been quite a challenge this year due to COVID. Yet Ms. Catchai's English 4 class, along with Ms. Mucciaroni's animation and design class, has found a way to work together in these trying times.
It started with the English teacher contacting me, and she said she had a competition of superhero characters, and she wanted to get the superhero characters animated. She thought that would be a great reward for her students who took so much effort to create them. So she contacted me and asked if the students would be willing to animate superhero characters. And of course, as animation students, they were very excited to do so.
Each student within the animation class was able to pick which character they wanted to bring to life, along with adding their own personal flair to make the designs realistic.
I chose the character Equality Man, where he has like long hair, like black raccoon eyes, and I thought that one was really cool just because of the flashy colors and just being able to draw like the flowy clothes, because that's just something I enjoy doing. And just being able to animate a character and just bring them to life, I find that just amazing.
Not only was this a process for students in animation, but as well for the students in English 4 who originally created the characters for an assignment.
My superhero was based on water conservation and just how our coral reefs are dying out every day and how we're running out of fresh water. I'd say I had a fun experience because I got to dig deeper in like what was wrong with our water systems in the world, and then just like how our coral reefs are dying.
Through collaborative teamwork, both organizations were able to learn a thing or two from one another. For HTN Daily, I'm Troyce Murphy.
That's all for today's show. For HTN Daily, I'm Beau Cormican.
I'm Anica Hankey.
And I'm Grant Johnson. Mask up and rock on.